Everybody, this is Michael Burhan here. I'm here basically at youtube.com/thenerdgenius. I wanted to do a video, but I decided to kind of do a little playthrough today and see how this works. I may start doing videos like this at some point. My laptop's been fixed, so it means I'm gonna basically start recording and editing videos the way that I used to, so hopefully we can get a bit more done. I've got some green screen that I like to test out, see how that goes. Now, I want to talk about the whole review process today. I want to talk about reviews, and the reason why I want to talk about reviews is it's something that's been on my mind for a while in terms of gamers. We as gamers, we look at the way that people play through games. Sometimes we look at Let's Plays, we look at reviews, or even Metacritic scores to define if we should play a game or not. The same goes for movies, TV shows. You look at what the reviews are like in terms of the content that you purchase or you buy in order to say, will I like it, will I not? What I tend to do is I look at trailers, and I also look at feedback as a way for me to kind of define if I want to go and see something. If I look at something and think I'm not going to enjoy myself watching it, then I'll usually take a pass. Sometimes I wait till the thing's out on DVD, or even catch it on like an iTunes stream or something like that, in order to define what I feel works and doesn't work. Now, as you know, I've done a lot of reviews on my channel, youtube.com/thenerdgenius, in order to talk about a game and what defines the game, what I like about it. Sometimes I talk about playability, I talk about controls, I talk about the music, the graphics, and whether or not it's easy enough for anybody to kind of pick up. Now, what I always try to stress with my reviews is that it shouldn't be defined by what you do and don't like in terms of anything. My review shouldn't be defined whether or not you should pick up a game and play it. And I think a lot of people tend to define themselves on that, though. You know, like if someone read a review or watched one of my reviews, they'll say, "Oh, I picked up a game because of your review." And I thank everyone that's done that. I think every person that has ever sat down and said, "I bought a game thanks to you." But ultimately, and kind of the deciding factor that leads them to play a game. Prime example, my review on Adventure Time: Secret of the Nameless Kingdom. But I always feel like reviews should be used as a guideline. It should be used to what you could expect from a game, or whether or not I'm not gonna buy a game, or I'm not gonna purchase a game because so and so told me that's not the best idea. Don't do that, because you don't know what you're missing out on. You know, you don't know whether or not you're going to enjoy a game, whether or not you're going to hate a game. Hell, I purchased recently from Telltale Games Borderlands pre-sequel. Not Borderlands pre-sequel, the Tales from Borderlands. There we go. In association with 2K Games, and I loved it. I loved every minute of it. Do I feel there was some stuff that kind of needed work? Yes. Would I recommend everyone play it? Yes. But again, you may not be like me and enjoy that type of game. You may not enjoy something with that type of content because you feel that certain aspects of that are not akin to your liking. You don't feel that they will work for you, and that's fair. You know, it's all fair in terms of the way that you play the game or you experience it. But the only way you can do is by picking up a pad, putting the game into your system, and playing through it. And this is the thing, you don't have to buy the game. There are loads of other places where you can actually experience the game before purchasing it. Redbox, for instance, or like Sony's PlayStation Now streaming service, because I'm using a PlayStation 4 as we speak. Those would easily be able to kind of give you that same expectation that you have when you're playing a game. You know, you can play the game without paying full price, so you regret it and sit there and go, well, I don't want to play this game anymore. Why did I spend 40 or 50 bucks on this game? So you don't have to do that. You can also do it through another way, as I said, for using borrowing the game off a friend. You know, someone who's purchased, say, like a game you want, and they're done with it, hell, borrow it. Borrow it, see if you think that it matches your expectations, and then go for it. You know, go out there and play the game and enjoy it and see if it is something that you want or something that you don't want. And I know I'm getting mullered right now in terms of this game. I'm getting totally and utterly destroyed. But it bugs me how much we listen to people. Like, we listen to social justice warriors when it comes to whether or not we should allow our children to play Mario, or we should allow our children to eat certain foods. We listen to dietitians who tell us that, you know, the stuff that was okay 60 years ago isn't okay now. We listen to people who sit there and say our children's getting too fat, or we're getting too kind of reliant on social media. In the end, it all goes down to what you want to listen to and your expectations. Not everything is right for everyone, and not everything is enjoyed by, you know, the many. And this is the thing, when it comes to game reviewers, there's not many people out there who can give you 100% understanding and rating of the game, apart from the people who've made it. You know, are there a lot of games out there that are broken and disjointed? Yes, there are tons of them. I've got a copy of Silent Hill HD collection for the Xbox that I can't play because the game was so broken that it became a coaster. It's my bad for buying the game. It was my bad for actually having, you know, deciding, oh, I want to purchase this without looking at any live streams or reviews, or even renting the game out to actually sit there and go, oh, I shouldn't have done that. But I take full responsibility on that. In the end, the buck stops with me. Don't ignore a game because somebody else says it's bad. Don't ignore a movie because somebody else says it's bad. Watch it yourself, have a look, see if you like it or not, and then go from it. Because in the end, if you don't, you're the one who's missing out ultimately. He loves the game. He enjoys it despite the game being a complete pile of shit to most. I don't play it because I felt like it was a bog standard FPS shooter when it was promised to be something else. It was, you were given, you know, an idea of what it could have been, and it became something very different. And it's a shame, but I couldn't get into it. But he sat there and went through it and said, okay, it is a bit buggy, it is a bit broken in some ways, but I can still enjoy it for what it is because I like it. And that's his prerogative. And that's the way you have to see things. You can't sit there and stew and say, I don't want to play this because so-and-so said, I don't want to watch the new Ghostbusters movie because Alpha Omega Sin told me that it's a shit movie. We're not sheep. We're not people who sit there and go, bah, you know, and listen to everybody. I don't rely on Beyonce to tell me how to dress or how to shake my booty, you know. I don't rely on Jay-Z to tell me how to be a businessman. You rely on yourself. The only person who understands how things work in terms of perspective is you. You will understand how a job works. You will understand how to fix your own car if you actually practice in doing it. And the people that you kind of look to for opinions should be there for only a guideline, not someone who should be the be-all and end-all of perception, because perception is key. You have to sit there and look at it and go, okay, I agree because I played it and I didn't like certain aspects of it, or I disagree because I felt that there was a lot more to it that this person missed out. And we're all humans down the end of the day. We are all humans. Reviewers, people who have YouTube channels, and people who want to basically just make content because they enjoy it. We're all people who respectively have our own opinions on things, but our opinions are always going to be flawed because we're not going to give you an expectation that you, being the only person that you are, can experience. And it's a shame when people miss out on that experience because they rely too heavily on the opinion of others to define what they should buy and shouldn't buy. It's a sad life, in a sense. It is a sad life. And it's one of those things where we can get as much enjoyment out of our lives as possible, and the only way you can do that, or we as human beings can do that, is by doing what we love and enjoying what we like. And when it comes to the treasures of our lives, when it comes to anything that you want to appreciate, you may as well appreciate it for your own opinions, views, and your own ideals, rather than listening to somebody else whose ultimately their opinion is flawed because of the fact that they have either a disappointed expectation in terms of what they really feel about certain things, or they don't understand the same way that you would, as any normal human being would. So I think that's enough from me now. I'm going to go and head to bed. I hope you enjoyed this kind of stream little thing. I'm going to transfer this over to my YouTube channel so you guys can give it a watch. And I just want to say thank you to each and every person that's tuned into this video, that's giving me views for my channel, that's enjoying everything that I do, because it's you that makes my content great, not me, and I'm thankful for each and every one of you. Just want to say that, and I do apologise because I'm extremely tired. So, check you later guys, have a great day.